Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another scene set in Wolf, the Apocalypse, Living World of Darkness, Road Across New York, all those things. Tonight is where we're setting the scene. As Jacob is getting, has just gotten home from work after being called to work again for like 5 additional hours on top of his already 8, so he's working like 13 fucking hours. Have like 2 hours of free time a day now. Coming home to a sleeping wife and a sleeping Robin. It appears Robin is not doing too well. Jacob just puts down his things and notices Robin sleeping on the couch because she's a mooch.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
not even inaccurate. Like it's not even an insult. It's just true, and you know it.
You're being so mean. But sure, yeah, like after the raid.
Robin the moocher Clay. Some new dude name.
So rude. You know, family.
They're great. We love each other, really.
Mm-hmm.
We don't. Fuck you. Fuck that. Fuck that shit.
So yeah, apparently Robin fell asleep on the couch after the raid. And yeah, she is definitely not doing too well. She is tossing and turning, and yeah.
Jacob, who's quite hot and not like he's working 13 hours. It's not. It's. I mean, he's worked effectively 13 hours. He's pretty. You know, he's kind of. It's not his day. It's not his. It's not his night. Morning, night, morning. He just kind of walks on over. I'll just nudge you. You're Robin.
It takes a few nudges, and then she screams and just kind of sits up.
Jacob just puts his hands on his ears, but it's a bit belated. And he's just like, for fuck's sake, Robin.
Jacob.
Yeah, yeah, I'm home. Hey, I'm just gonna take a shit.
Is your wife okay?
Has she left the house? Like it's like what the fuck? It's 3 in the morning.
I,
She's probably just woke her up.
I need to check. Could you be with Warder's wife as well?
What the fuck are you talking about, Robin?
She blinks a couple of times. I don't know, actually.
Well, you consider that. I'm gonna take a shower.
Yeah, sure. Just check your wife, please.
Don't, I- don't lecture me on how I treat my wife, please.
I'm not lecturing. I said please.
He dawdles off in the direction of his bedroom.
Then Robin will stumble to the kitchen and starts making coffee.
And he just wanders off towards the shower room, but he passes the kitchen and just says, "She's fine."
Thanks.
Uh,
You were out long.
yeah, it's some asshole. Okay, so a worm-tainted bitch is trying to overwork me and stop me from doing what I want to do because she's evil. She's fucking agent of the worm, and I need to find a way to get rid of her ass.
Uh, I see.
Yeah, fuck her.
Do you think she's after the book? You still got it there.
Nah, nah, I doubt it. She would have just taken it and scarfed it off. I don't think she would be. I think she'd have just stolen it from us, dude. Because I mean, if you just want the book, then you just want someone expendable, right? Just take the
I
book. It doesn't
guess.
matter if you're like wanted for a crime. Like, who fucking cares? I mean, I wonder if that bloke from Yago was talking about me. Maybe I'm the police hero. I hope I'm the police hero.
Uh,
I mean, they're talking about like how police guys trying to push out full force. I mean, I was doing that.
yeah.
Oh man, I like actually no. They said the police guy might be something else as well. So yeah, they're probably talking about me. They probably think I'm the werewolf, but aren't sure yet. But I need to get that fucking bitch out of my workplace before she completely fucks me. Because eventually I'm gonna be out of gas. I mean, it's hard to make a werewolf tired. She's gonna be at it for a while, but I will find a way to get rid of her. I mean, they can only come up with so many excuses to keep her around, and if she overworks me for too many hours, I am just going to say, if you work me one extra minute, I'll just sue the State Department to hell and back, and I'll win that fucking dispute.
Fair.
Like, don't, yeah. So they're
Um,
gonna, I'm gonna make sure that I'm
you
gonna get
want
her.
something?
Pardon?
You want me to make tea?
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably just catch some Netflix or something, for an hour or two, then go to bed because I'm gonna have to be up in like another 7 to 8 hours.
Hmm.
I mean, was it 12 right now? But like, yeah, like I mean, today was kind of really bad, but because I didn't even work it like all in one shift, so I can't just take one big break.
Yeah.
They like split me up because they're dicks. But yeah, I mean, I'll survive. I mean, I know people. I've heard of people in like places like Japan who work like 100+ hours a week, and I'm like, how do you fucking do that? How do you live? Um,
Yeah.
um, but it's gonna take more than what they're doing. I think they're just trying to stall me for time. They're gonna find nothing, or gonna try and manufacture something, which is probably what they're gonna do. Look, right now they're just looking for something. They're just looking really hard for shit, and I'm making sure they're not planting anything there. Um, but they're trying really hard to find shit on me. They're trying really hard. I mean, if nothing else, I guess it shows how much damage I've done to them. Like if they're that desperate at this point.
Yeah, I guess. But just be careful. You're one of the most, well, out there of all of us. I don't want to see anything happening to you or, well, your wife, or any of us really.
What do you think's going to happen tomorrow? I mean, they already went after you. I know it's going to catch up to everybody else. I know. I mean, I know that's going to happen.
I think we need to find a way to protect her and the warden's wife. I think they're going after them, like, ASAP.
How do you know this?
I don't. Um, how about you take your shower first? I'll make tea for you and coffee for me,
Thanks, I
and I'll have
appreciate
some
it.
time to,
Oh god, yeah,
gather
don't.
my thoughts.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, don't give me coffee. I'll just. It's good for keeping me up, but I don't want to be up right now. I just want to relax.
Yeah, no, I get that. No, I'm making the coffee for myself. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, and Jacob will go and take a shower.
yep. And when he gets back, there is a nice pot of tea standing for him on
Okay.
like the table, and
I'll just get into a quick change of clothes. He gets into a quick change of clothes and takes tea.
Robin is sipping this huge mug, like probably the biggest one that she could find. It's like filled with coffee, and
Hmm. Are you sure you want to have coffee? Like, don't you just want to go back to sleep?
I don't want to go back to sleep.
Don't want to be as tired as me. Like, that's a bad idea.
I know, but
That shit never works out.
I know. I just yeah. So remember when I told you I had a dream about those hunters,
Hmm.
and I had a dream later on about uh that Coraline. I don't actually know if I told you that.
You didn't.
Oh, well.
Would have been nice to know. But yeah, that is
Well,
done.
sorry. It's like after that we knew where to investigate on her. Me and Sam and Bailey went and investigated on her, and I mean it's like it's different than a dream. Um, it feels more real in a sense. So just now, I I dreamt, and there was I was in a car, CSR car, on the back seat, and there was someone uh laying on top of me in a way, um, and it was the warder's wife, and she was holding, like she was pressing her hands against her belly, and there was this huge wound. It was bleeding pretty badly. And after that, as I looked at that and I looked back up at her face, it started to change into your wife's face.
What the
And
fuck?
then, well, that's when, I started hearing my name and you woke me up.
Okay. Well, I'll tell her about this then, so that she.
Uh, mm,
If we don't tell her, she's not going to be ready. Like, if there's any
true.
chance we can prevent this, like if she can prepare herself, that's all the better, right? And I can prepare her as
Maybe,
well.
I don't know, can't they stay at the steps for a while? Or at a safe house or something?
Um,
Um,
I know I make good money, but I don't make enough money to have like half a dozen safe houses around the city. I
fair
have
enough.
a storage house where I put the book after moving it from the evidence locker.
Hmm.
Um, Other than that, I have this one nice big apartment, and that's it. I mean, I'm not sure if you noticed, but Sept isn't the kind of place towards kinfolk. It's not. Doesn't have
No,
houses. Doesn't have
I understand.
facilities.
Um, do you mind if I maybe ask like one of the Theurgies if they can come up with some shit to protect them? Would you be okay with that?
Depends on what it is.
I don't know. I don't know what they can do.
I mean, you're good to ask, but if you're going to do something, like, don't run it by me before you actually have them do it.
Of course.
I was actually gonna. I might as well just ask this right now. I know it's off the cuff, but I mean, do you want to make that pack already?
Um, yeah, I guess.
Ooh, sick.
Um,
Probably the most anticlimactic packing up I've ever had, and
um,
probably anyone will ever have. But I find this
I
set
mean,
does a lot of talking and not a lot of doing. You know.
yeah, I know. If you want to, I can make it more climactic. I can, say
I
that
need
I'll
to.
need some time to think about it, and
I'm
I'll
going
give you the
to.
answer when, crow cries 3 times on a full moon.
That's okay. I need to make. I'm just gonna make an offering to reindeer. I mean, reindeer's already left me, but I make regular offerings, and I think it would be nice as kind of a new beginning to like say the final goodbye to reindeer, because I feel like his shrine's going to be getting much less attention now that the striders are gone.
Hmm.
That's not fair. Reindeer fucking saved his sept on multiple occasions, probably no less than half a dozen occasions. That's just the time. That's just the amount of time I was part of the striders.
I mean, if you want to, we can just keep tending to it. I don't mind.
I, yeah, I mean, I will. I know.
I will help you.
Thanks, I appreciate that. But I don't think. Oh, sure. With this conclusion, I think reindeer might be inclined to move on. You know, reindeer's always. I mean, the reason that we were called the Striders is because we always kept moving forward like reindeer.
Mm.
But I think we've come to a branch in our lives, and we must head down one road, and I must head down the other, and that's okay. I'm kind
Change
of.
is not a bad thing.
I mean, I'm glad I got to spend the amount of time I did. It became a friend of mine. I mean, I can't
Hmm.
talk to many spirits, but I could to reindeer.
Well, maybe you can talk to him one last time or something.
Maybe.
I, I'm sorry, I just don't know.
I'm just happy saying goodbye for the last time. I've been tending to a shrine for a while, and we've already said farewell to each other, but I
Mm.
would like to make it an official thing. Because I feel like it's important. Striders were the largest, they were the most they were the most productive pack on this set. I mean, certainly the most glorious and honorable, not necessarily the most wise. But I suppose that depends on your interpretation of wisdom. You'd have a Ragabash as an alpha after all, and that led to some very unconventional solutions, but they worked.
Sometimes, well, I mean, I can see merit in that.
And I mean, I guess that's all I want to say. And I think I'll just make it a howl and kind of urge people to maybe for the day do something for reindeer, even if it's just taking life's punches in the face. I mean, all of these things embody what
I
reindeer
mean,
is and wants.
you should really tell me about your pack, your former alpha, your totem. I could make a nice story out of it.
And I don't really know a full history. This pack had been in existence long before I joined the set. That's how far back it went. It'd been going on for years.
Well,
I joined when a glasswalker called Aaron Rhodes
Mhm.
That guy was a fucking genius. That guy was a legit genius. He actually interviewed me at his place of business to see if I'd like be a good fit for the pack. He literally interviewed me as if for a job. It was very interesting. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Um, and we had after Aaron went though, it was Eric, and Eric had a falling out with Reindeer, and ended badly for him.
Oh.
But I mean, to be honest, Eric's glory days were after he left the pack, and I think because he ended up learning the lesson that Reindeer sought to teach him by expelling him from the pack. I think he's like an Afro now somewhere in Scandinavia. I mean, even if he fucked up, I mean, the fact that he learned from that mistake, faced it, I mean, that's exactly what Reindeer would have wanted from him. He did not run away from his mistakes.
So Reindeer is about taking challenges.
Reindeer is about standing firm in the face of adversity.
Mhm.
And in doing so, we are empowered against that adversity. Reindeer is a totem of honor. Very good reason.
I mean, I won't ask you this now, but when you're less tired, just think about it and give me
I
like
mean, they have me doing so much trivial shit at work, I could probably write you a small essay by the time I get home. So, yeah.
don't write it to me, tell me. So
I
like
mean, I
when you
mean, I won't have that much time to tell you, considering my fucking hours right now.
fair enough, fair enough.
And besides, I want to jot down my thoughts because I'm not good at speaking off the cuff. Like I'm good with a pre-constructed speech or whatever, but like
Mhm.
actually, I mean, there's a reason I don't make speeches before missions. One, because I think it's largely dumb and fake for the most part. Like, make it if it matters. Make it if you're trying to make a real point. Don't do it just to like it's like a building hype for a fucking game or some shit. Like, oh my god, it's the finals of the NFL. Here's a fuck. Like, we got a job to do. You can hype yourself up after you've done the job. Then like damn good work. Like, 5 fucking stars. All that jazz. Like, good. Credit. Like credit where credit is due. Like only I feel like speeches should be they should be made when they matter. They shouldn't just be made on every mission. I feel like some people get carried away. Like they want to make the big speech and they want to make a name for themselves and all that. And I'm like, your actions will speak for themselves. I mean, brag about your actions, but like they have to be actions, not just talk about shit. God, sometimes I think the Sept's goddamn paralyzed. But I mean, we got shit done last night.
We did.
I see y'all got out of the picture here.
Yeah.
Next up, Attica, then Blackwatch. And to be honest, I'm more frightened for Blackwatch than I am for Attica.
I don't know.
Attica
Like
are gonna have some fucked up shit going on, and they're gonna have the backing of Blackwatches, which is what concerns me. But they
yeah.
can't. Yeah, I'm gonna want to check on that shit. They're gonna be well secure in that place. But I
Most
mean,
likely.
I feel like once we do with Attica, Blackwatch will be fairly easy to take out. Attica, I feel like, I mean, Attica, we literally just confirmed that Attica is the one pulling the strings on Yago. They're probably pulling the strings on Blackwatch as well.
Most likely. It's
I mean, there
it would
will be more Hydra heads, but
yeah, it would be helpful if we would find a way to either get whichever one we go after first, try and find a way to get the other fairly occupied so they can't intervene.
I mean, if Blackwatch has been like, if Blackwatch is private security, right? So they're gonna be at Attica sites. They're not gonna like, if they're posted to like a facility, they're not gonna leave it,
True.
right? Because that's
But
literally their job, right? They can't move
what
away
if
from it
they
if they're gonna
don't
get
get?
paid.
What if like one of their shifts doesn't get the information, or you know?
I think. I mean,
I'm just grasping at straws, really.
yeah. I mean, it's something to talk about. It's definitely something to discuss. I mean, maybe when we have a bit more information. I would like to scout it out before heading straight in, and then once we scouted it out, we formulate a plan of action. Because I don't want to go in with five guys, finding out 10 minutes later when we're taking silver buckshot that we needed
Yeah.
20 guys. You know,
Yeah. No, I get that.
yeah. And mm, what do you think? This is going to be a weird. This is a pretty vain question, but what do you think people thought of me during that mission?
Um. Hmm. You really should have asked me to check that beforehand, so I could, watch people's reaction. As far as I understood, you were the leader. I think everybody agreed to that without there needing to be any discussion. And I think your orders were mostly like, well, followed up. The only point where there was a discussion was near the end with like whether we would call the fire department.
Yeah, and that's when I basically said like, stop fucking nitpicking, just do it alone.
Yeah,
Like, like, as far as I'm concerned, we're calling the fire department, so fucking do that shit.
I think if you already had made up your mind, you might be
Yeah, it's one of those
like you allowed the discussion to continue. I mean, I know I
yeah,
was part of the discussion, but like I didn't really to me the discussion didn't really matter because I kind of had the feeling that there was no call for a discussion because you gave an order. I think that that is something that, you could be doing a little better at, but other than that, like I said, I think everybody followed your order even when, you allowed me to kill that asshole instead of,
I
the
wanted.
Arun.
I mean, I'm not one for revenge killings, but I mean, what they did to you, that guy deserved it. Like, it doesn't really matter what he thought was right. The fact is that he was involved in fucking torture and kidnapping and all sorts of heinous shit. Like, he can fucking patriot. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Look at how you treat your veterans, right?
I'm not sure if he was involved in like what happened during my first change, but he definitely was involved in making sure that all of us cubs and the den fodder got taken.
That's what I mean. Like, probably kidnapping and attempted torture, all that horrible stuff.
Yeah.
He, I mean, he may not think he deserves it. He may die, and like part of it is because he is ignorant, right? Like, he knows that we exist. He doesn't actually know what we do or stand for at all.
Yeah. I felt the entire speech about do you even know what we do was pretty pointless if we were going to kill him anyway, and we were going to kill him.
I
Because there
just
was no way we could leave him walking around.
my. I mean,
Did you actually notice that he did not get scared
no,
with all those greennesses?
nope.
Like,
That was weird.
yeah,
Nobody brought that up, which I found interesting. But what I find, someone brought up the name Moses. Someone talked to Moses. Was it Cammy or was it
I think that was Bailey.
Bailey? Yeah, that was a mistake. She shouldn't have done that. If we were being recorded, they now know the name of one of our guys.
Yeah, that was the thing that I was kind of afraid of as well, but I figured that,
I let everyone lecture this fucking guy, and I'm like, he's going to die, so just get it out of your system. Probably
hmm
for the best, to be honest, so you don't frenzy on the way out. And as long as you don't fuck up halfway through, or I don't feel like we're being baited in, he's not just fucking stalling us, which I don't think he was. I was using Truth of Gaia the whole time. He wasn't bullshitting us.
I
Um,
I don't have the feeling he was bullshitting either. I mean, I think he would have been surprised if we gave him his life. In all honesty, if we could have gained from it, I had no problems killing him, and I was happy to do so. If you would have told me not to, I would not have done it.
no, but problem is, he considers himself a patriot, right? Like that part of him was consistent. That part of him wasn't going to change. In other
Yeah.
words, if we let him go, he will continue to be a threat to us. And he will carry back the information that he accrued from that conversation.
I think that was more of an issue. I don't think he would have been a threat to us because he clearly, like he said, already kind of understood that he
He
had been
understood there was
fighting
risk.
on the wrong side. However, he did have information regarding us. I don't trust him nor his company to hold their word. And as far as I'm concerned, Yago doesn't stop being an enemy.
Exactly. He's like he and his organization are a clear and present threat to us.
Yes.
They understand that we are not the threat they should be going after, but they still believe us to be a threat, and that basically means until they understand otherwise, that there's not really much we can do on that particular issue.
I think even
They're
if
gonna come after us.
even if they understand otherwise, even if they swear, and we all believe them, that they would not come after us, I would still consider them a threat. They have developed ways, they know things that can be used against us, and it
But
should not be.
that's like saying every country has a nuclear weapon. They can still be friends, even if they have the means to destroy each other.
Perhaps, but we're not dealing with countries, we're dealing with companies that can be influenced easily. I mean, we've seen how effective Adeka was in influencing, well, this part of Yago.
Yeah,
That
Yago.
can happen again and again and again. As long as that knowledge is somewhere around in the world, it will be a threat and it will need
I'm
to be
not.
annihilated.
I'm not. I'm not going to go quite that far because, frankly, in this conflict with the worm, I will take what friends I can get my hands on. Like we can't. I'm of the opinion that we as a nation really can't afford to turn away help. Like it's not. That in and of itself is a risk. Is the problem. That's the problem, right? That we think we're cutting risks by effectively cutting out these organizations, and in this case, I believe that was completely the correct call. Um, but if I were to be approached by others, well, I mean, what does this mean? Like, what if Rebecca works for an organization, right? Like, because I'm pretty sure she knows what we are in some capacity or another. I don't know if she's human at all, to be honest. But I know she's not worm tainted or tainted in any fashion. She's not weaver tainted, not worm tainted. She's like literally the most regular human. She could be a mage. Mages register as human, from what I recall. Well, I don't know that at all, but I mean, mages are human, from what I've been told. They just have crazy magic shit, but they're still human. They can just do magic powers, which is kind of weird because I mean, we in a lot of ways are just humans with magic powers. But
I think we will always need to be ready to do what's necessary.
I mean, I've been there and done that, and my only gripe is that we often think we're doing what is necessary when actually we're not. We're just engaged in a blood orgy. In this case, it was valid. In the hospital should have never even had to happen.
I don't know what this hospital thing is that you keep talking about.
Basically, there was a certain Weaver organization that was turning people into drones using a hospital. It should have never reached that point. We had to wipe out everyone in that building, from doctors to scientists to patients to fucking sales assistants in the fucking Costa. It was a bloody mess, and it was awful.
I'm sorry.
But they were turning. I mean, I don't know what we were supposed to. I mean, I don't think that should have had to happen. I mean, many people disagree. I feel like we could have nipped that in the bud before it occurred. I mean, the main issue. I mean, the reason why that happened is because some assholes made deals with the Weaver to deal with a bunch of wormish portals in the city, rather than just going out and doing it them fucking selves. They chose the easy option and it fucked us over. And I had to cross my red lines for it. And I don't forget those things.
No, I suppose not. I don't know, though. I mean, I understand your conflict and I understand your pain. But when it has reached a certain point, whether that be our fault or not, it's up to us to solve it.
I mean, I still carry it with me because if I don't, then I'm just being willfully. I'm just setting shit aside and saying, yeah, that was fine. Good for Gyro and shit. Hooray, huzzah, glory. I've wiped out like over 100 innocent people. We murdered over 100 innocent people. I mean,
No,
yeah, maybe that
I
had to happen.
understand.
That's not a good thing.
That doesn't mean that you can't look back on it and think, I will not want this to happen again. I understand. And I agree.
It should have never had to happen this way. I don't believe that should have had to happen. And if people and like I mean, I recognize that it had to happen, and I fucking hate that because it shouldn't have, right? If we hadn't made it, if well, I didn't make it, I'm not going to say we because I didn't, and I didn't condone it when I heard about it. If we didn't, sorry, if they didn't, if the people involved did not fucking do that, that probably wouldn't have happened. 99%. The Weaver was so much more powerful when that deal was struck. Like, they just allowed the Weaver to run roughshod over the city, and then we had to clean it up, attack the set, and then we're like, oh, hey guys, maybe the Weaver's a threat. It's attacking us with fucking Chaos Monitors. Like, oh, really? You didn't just... Wow, really? The first half dozen attacks hasn't been really, catch it for you? Like, you thought the Weaver was our friend? Like, it's literally come to Cairns with fucking stasis vectors and has tried to wipe us out more than once. Like, really? Really, guys?
So
Jesus.
basically, if you want a job done well, you better do it yourself.
Honestly, I feel like too many Garu don't take that approach. Like, it's really weird. It's like this sort of gung-ho bravado mindset, but when push actually comes to shove, a lot of us just want to be like, do we really want to do this? And I'm like, well, I mean, you were bragging about this shit before. You fucking do it. Yes. And I mean, yeah. I mean, that's less of a problem now, I guess. Now we just talk a fuck ton. But I mean, we got shit done today, so it looks like we're back on track.
I hope so.
I mean, we got two clear targets. We got Blackwatch and then the Adaka facility. Like, they got a batch of that cure, we need to burn the shit out of that cure, make sure they never get it, they don't get to analyze it, they don't get to do shit. We take that batch of anti-werewolf serum, we incinerate that shit. In fact, I'm almost of the opinion that just to make sure, we steal it and destroy it outside of the facility after burning down the facility.
The thing is, we don't know how far it's spread through the country. What we should have done.
Well, they said they would just receive. Remember, he said first shipment, right? So we still have time.
I hope
We
so.
need to be quick. I think it's Yago developed this, so I don't think Attica will have all the information yet. I think what they're doing right now is they're learning how to replicate it.
And we do need to act fast.
We can't really afford to wait much longer. I think we should scout it out. Then the next day we hit it hard, and then we smash that shit. We tear it down. And I don't think it's not going to be. I don't think like it's a sneaky operation. I think we only go in. I think we go in loud. We make the point this time. I think we should only sneak in if we know we're completely outgunned. I mean, it depends, but I think we might want to go loud for this one.
If
we
you
could
want
also
to,
go in through Umbra because we couldn't go in through the Umbra of this facility because it was wine tainted to hell and back. It depends on this particular facility if it's not as worm tainted because if there's Weaver influence, I mean, it'll be hard to get through the Umbra, but it will be more feasible to actually pass through safely.
I mean, you really think that they're going to be less worm tainted? You know that this Coraline made me an offer of joining them.
Oh yeah, I say we kidnap her as well.
If you want to.
I mean, I'm a cop saying this. Like, that's how fucking fucked up she is.
I could try and see.
She wants to fucking make you run the spiral. Fuck that.
I could try and see how far I can push it. See if I can get some more information.
That is an extremely dangerous road to go down.
I know.
I'm saying like that is like I don't want to entertain the odds. Bad. But that's how bad that is. I don't want to actually even think about it.
But what if it could get us valuable information?
I think we just kidnap her. We take her for all the information she's worth. Then run the fucking van into the ocean. Well, I mean, we fucking Christ. I sound like some sort of fucking axe murderer, but like we put a bullet in her head. We run the van. We put her in the van. We put her body in the van. Run it into the ocean, and then we get the hell out of there. Like, and that's like, I mean, if I was a criminal and I wanted to perform a murder, that's how I do it. That is clean. That is clean. Then we ditch the gun. Ditch the gun. Either that, or what you do is you shoot her, toss the body in the lake, just have the vehicle destroyed or chopped up at some chop shop or something. Ditch the gun, have the gun destroyed, and then you're clean. Like there's almost no evidence. That's really hard to work a case with.
How are you going to get to her?
I think I find out where she lives and just fucking take her.
I know where she lives.
Nice.
So does Sam and Bailey. We went there. That's where we found the camera. Remember with the photos?
Yeah, I think you could just take her from my house.
I wonder though. I wonder who she's connected to.
I mean, we can find that out.
Yeah, if we keep her alive, or if we set up a trap, she's obviously connected to Black Spiral Dancers. She made that much clear to me. If we can set up a trap, get her to, take me to one of them, like to their place, or just a random place. If we have like a spiritual bug or something on me, something that they can't sense, then hallelujah, we have those Black Spiral Dancers. We can fucking annihilate all of them immediately. That would be way faster than first murdering her. I understand there's a risk, but didn't you listen to... If you heard what he said, again, they're trying to keep us, they're trying to stall us, and they're still doing a pretty good job. That army is marching somewhere along Kentucky, as far as I believe right now. We don't know where it's going, but we know it's huge, and all the steps in the surrounding area will be needing to assist in getting rid of that army. Yeah, and if all of them are facing the same issues, then we need to get rid of these issues fast so we can help the other
That's
septs.
exactly
So we
what
can.
I'm saying we do, though. Like, that's I don't understand what like the conflict is here.
The fact is, if we can get rid of both the Black Spiral dancers and her at the same time, we'll benefit from that greatly. She is literally a key to them. Just simply murdering her will
I
make it
think we
harder
know.
for us to find her.
I wanted to interrogate her first before killing her. But she has to die at this point. Like, there's no question. Like, she has to
Of
die. The
course.
question is, how much can we get out of? I mean, it sucks to think about, but I mean, this is
I
someone who earned it.
think
I don't feel much sympathy for her. She is on that evil. She's on the fucking crazy train to hell.
I think we can lure her. I think we can get her to bring us to like the Black Spiral dancers, or even one of them. Like even one of them, taking down one of them would.
I know about a lot of the followers of Vincent's pack. I know the people who follow him. I know more about his pack now than I did before.
But
I
she is the one making an offer.
I don't. I can do this without her making you an offer, and if I can do that, I don't want any. I don't want that fucking poison chalice. I don't want it there at all. Fuck that.
I'm not gonna drink from the chalice.
I mean, they'll try and make you is the problem.
Not if you guys are like right on top of us. And I
Yeah,
know
but
you can.
I can't be there all the time. Like particularly right now, like they're fucking with me. They're trying to make sure that I can't do that, and that's the problem.
But
That's the
there is
issue.
an entire sept. It's not just you and me. You don't need to take care of everything yourself.
I I I don't
I
like
know you
what
feel responsible, but you don't need to. Not all the time.
I I get it. I do. I really do. But I mean, I don't want to even go there. I feel like it's not necessary. The risks massively outweigh the rewards. It's just not worth it.
Okay.
Like you're risking, you know, I mean, you're risking them trying to drive you mad over information that we can get through other means.
I
You know?
understand.
I understand and I appreciate it. I really do. Like the fact that you're willing to make that call, like, speaks volumes about you. Like it does. But I feel this time, like, we have safer options that are arguably more efficient as well. And
But those
frankly,
are
this has just been
only
fucking
you
with,
know.
yeah. And I mean, I mean, this Marinelli, she's been screwing with no less than 4 organizations, one of which is our own. Like, she just needs to go. She just needs to, like, I feel like once she's gone, things will become a lot clearer and easier for us.
I doubt that.
I mean,
I
she
mean,
appears to
yes,
be a
you're right.
pretty important cog in this machine. Like,
Exactly.
she's making all these offers and shit.
If we can manipulate that cog, that's all we need.
I want to tear it out.
But then the other cogs will start moving on their own.
That's fine. That's fine. Like, they're easier to deal with. They are. They're genuinely easier to deal with. But Marnelli, like, she's playing the system. That is hard to deal with. Like, like, the reason I play the system is, like, that's why I say this, right? Because I play the system. Like, I mean, it's fortunate that, like, you know, I was already, like, in line to become a cop when I first changed. But, like, one of the big reasons I do it now is because I know I can do a tremendous amount of damage to the worm by playing the system. By turning the system on them, it's extremely dangerous. That's why they're trying to slow me down. That's why they're trying to find any excuse to get rid of me. Any excuse. Any reason whatsoever.
The thing is,
And I know that, like, that's exactly what Marinelli is doing. Like, she's doing exactly the same thing as me. And that makes her extremely dangerous.
I'm sure, and I understand you. And as you said, you have a lot of information. but you also don't have a lot of time. So either share that information with Bailey, who just became a foster and has been doing some really good work, with Sam, with me, with whoever you feel can be trusted with this information. Because, as you just
Oh,
pointed out, they're keeping you busy. And by keeping
yeah.
you busy, they're keeping us lame because you have all the information, as you so claim.
Hey. I have not exactly been keeping the information I've acquired secret, okay?
Is it on the Wormfell board then?
Which one you
Information
think?
about this network, like their kinfolk network that you're talking about, is it on the Wormfell board? Or
Kinfolk
does
Network?
anyone
What
else know
I
what to
never
do?
said anything about Kinfolk Network. What are you on about?
You said that you know, like, lots of contacts of the BSDs. I presumed that was like a kinfolk network.
Oh yeah, I just found that out like a day ago, and then like on that very same day, we had to go hit a fucking facility, so I haven't put it up yet. I'm gonna put it up with the Yaga information.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna do it. I
I
mean,
know
you're
you're.
asking me to do it literally after I took
No,
my steps off the plane. Come
no,
on.
please. I understand that you're being busy, but that's entirely the point. I'm not blaming this on you, but they keep you busy because they want to keep the SEP busy. And keeping you busy is keeping part of the SEP busy, especially part of the SEP that has information and can do stuff.
Yeah, I
Don't you
know, I know.
see?
Yeah,
And I'm
I
not, I'm
do
not,
see. That's why
and I'm
like I
not
gotta.
blaming it on you. I'm not. It's not your fault.
I've been trying to put up the information. Well, I was already gonna do it. Like
Well,
that's what I was gonna do. I just
I
like
know,
I literally I just I
I
got
know it.
off I got off the plane and then I got home and I had work. Then I hit a facility.
I know,
Then I had
I
more
know.
work. Now I'm back home. And then I got more work. And then I will have. And I'll probably just hit the set during my break. To be honest, just put the information up on the workload board.
And that's cool. But remember that you were said that you would have given me the files while you were gone, so that I could order them for you, so we could work more efficiently. I think there's maybe a little bit too much going on in your life, and it's not a bad thing, but it's difficult to handle, especially with the worm playing on you like they do right now. It's just difficult, and I just want to try and help out. But I don't hold all the information you hold, so I have to try and help out with the information that I know.
I
And
mean,
I know there's
I'll give you
someone.
that information. I'll give you that information. I mean, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
it's
I'm not.
it's fine, Jacob. I'm not trying to push you harder or far from it. I wish I could, help you out. That's all I want. Because I feel you deserve a break as well.
I had a 3 day holiday, I guess.
I'd hardly call it a holiday. How'd it go? Was she mad?
Was she mad?
Well, you went to Simon's mother, right?
She wasn't mad. To be honest, she seemed far too okay with Simon's death. I mean, she didn't seem supportive of it at all, but she was very like, oh, that happened, you know.
Mm.
But she gave me a lot of information about attack and stuff.
Well,
They actually they use Harrier as their corrupted totem. They're pretty good with weapons.
any
Not so
weakness?
good with just their claws. So if we got a charter guy to use jam weapon, they'd be pretty fucked.
Well, that's good info. That's good to know.
Yeah, like if we get a Coggy to jam their weapons, that would actually mess them up pretty badly. Um,
Well,
that would be really
you
good for
should
us.
ask Moses to see if he has the capability of doing so. Or else you should ask maybe Cammy to see if she could, set a spirit up to do something like that. It sounds like something a Glasswalker should be able to do with a spirit.
I mean, I don't know if it's what weapons in particular. I don't know if it's just mundane weapons or or if it's melee weapons or that. I think it might be these but they tend to be these things tend to be very broad in scope though. So yeah, I'll talk to a Fioj about it. I mean, maybe Moses has the gift. If he has the gift, then that'll give us a marked advantage. I mean, it means I won't be able to use my clay, but that's fine. I can turn my claws into silver. This isn't an issue for me.
If you want to, I can run it down for you.
Yeah, you do that. I'll give you the information. I'll put it up on the board so everybody knows, and you just have a look at that, and then make your runs and see what's up.
That's cool. Do you mind if I talk to the warder about what I just saw? Or do you think that he would not believe it?
You're not the first Garu to have dreams like this. And in fact, it's I wouldn't even I wouldn't even call it rare. I'd say it's uncommon. You're not the first. You won't be the last.
Then I guess I'll run down to him. Explain it. If he'll even listen to me.
You probably will.
If not, I'll go to Mama L herself if necessary.
She definitely will. She's a Fiat. Fiages tend to have quite a lot of visions and such. Because they're so innately connected to the spiritual world.
Well, maybe I've missed my calling then.
Well, I mean, I don't know as much about. I mean, Galliards are usually better at recalling the past than the future. But, like, Galliards can have it. I mean, it's not restricted to any one Auspice. It's just more common among Theurges. Like, even I have a gift which allows me to have visions of what's to come. It's just based in the world rather than through a sort of dream or surreal experience. It's like something I get from the environment around me, and the more natural it is, the more accurate and potent it is. The Philodox gift.
Sounds quite useful.
It's been semi-useful. It's the visions are often vague and incomplete, so
Yeah, I know how that feels.
but then again, I guess they wouldn't be called visions. It would just be it'd be like a statement.
Probably. Yeah, you're right.
I recently had a meeting with Dreamworld about what's going to happen. So, yeah.
A dream world?
And I'm talking on my ass and making a joke.
Oh, right.
I mean, as a Galliard, I think you can interact with people's dreams. I know my old alpha could.
Perhaps so, but not yet. Still fairly new to the business.
Well, you're certainly staking a claim. I'll give you that. That mission, I mean, it wasn't particularly spectacular, but like honestly, that's how all missions should go. Like we got everything we wanted. We accomplished both our objectives. No casualties, no injuries. And we got stuff even on top of that. We rescued a hostage. Like it couldn't have gone any better if we tried.
I guess so, yeah. Anyway, I'll let you catch up on your sleep.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna, I don't know, watch some Netflix or something, and then just kind of just go to bed for the morning.
Yeah, I'll if you like, I can watch with you. I'm good for now. I've had my share of sleep for tonight.
Cool. Cool. What do you want to watch?
I don't know. Is there like a good Marvel show or something?
Defenders isn't that good.
Hmm. Or I saw they put the entirety of Monty Python's Flying Circus up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, then you make a decision.
Let's see. He begins browsing. Um, you could always watch, I don't know, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Sure. And yeah, with the two of them starting up Brooklyn 99 and Robin pouring another cup of coffee for herself and another cup of tea for Jacob, I think we can end the scene there. Thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. See you again on Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York.